Jump in the water with them and float. Hold their hand and float with them. That's the best place to start. How does anxiety influence the behaviour of individuals with PDA? And what are some effective methods to manage it? How can we manage the burn a child sustains when we ask them to go out and play in the fire? How can we manage the burn? How does anxiety influence the behaviour? Well, we know how anxiety works. It's a rational survival response to incredible distress that prevents us from moving forward in order to stay alive. Everybody has this. We wouldn't survive if we didn't. It has a really important neurobiological function, and it looks different for everybody, and it's experienced differently for everybody. What role does it have in terms of behaviour of people with PDA? Well, we have an understanding that we are going to be facing a world with people that ask things of us that we may not be able to adhere to or comply with, and then will be disapproved of and punished, misunderstood, given up on. I wonder how other people would feel if that was their experience in the first few years of their lives, consistently. I wonder if it really is that hard to understand the anxiety. I think questions like this come from the misunderstanding that anxiety is our problem, that it's a malfunction somewhere that causes us to behave like a PDAer does. And it's so backward. A PDA person comes into the world with this incredible tenacity, this fierce, fiery spirit that is meaningful and purposeful. And then we're met with barriers that are confining and limiting. And in our first years of life, navigating that with limited knowledge and understanding feels almost impossible. Adults can't even do it in their best trying. Adults can't even make sense of PDA children in their best trying. So how is a child going to have a decent understanding? So to ask, how does anxiety influence our behaviour? What are some effective methods to manage it? Understand yourself. Understand yourself. Sometimes we don't have to understand others. Sometimes the answer is not understanding the neurobiology of another person. It's about accepting them. Eyes off others and onto ourselves. But we can only do that if we understand ourselves. And we're not encouraged to take the time to understand ourselves. We're encouraged to do what we project onto those children, and that is to live within the bounds of a society that is influenced by and informed by the perspectives of people with the most power. And they are always people who are not marginalised, who are not minoritised, who are not disabled, who are lacking really important lived experience and not taking the time to connect with people with lived experience. If I don't know myself, if I don't understand my responses, my triggers, my reactions, what has me feeling the way I do about people, places and things, I can't even begin to understand another human being. When I do take the time and the courage and the humility to grow in understanding myself, I don't have to understand other people because other people are not my concern or my business. I don't need to understand people because I don't need to control people and their responses. And that's what this question is about. What are some effective methods to manage it? We already know the answers to these questions.